Hey guys, Wasey Pruitt here, and I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on how I'm running Facebook ads to the PowerPress articles. I'm using a couple different tools to differentiate myself and to be able to track the links better. The first tool that I'm using is Espresso to actually create my ads on Facebook. I think it's a little simpler than using the Power Editor, but it's a lot more powerful than just straight up boosting your posts or stuff like that, because you have more control on what images are placed and what it says and things like that. So right now I'm on Espresso. I'm actually using a free account right now, so it's not costing me anything yet other than the money that I'm spending on the actual Facebook ads. So for instance, on this one, I am going to run set up an ad for one of the more recent PowerPress articles about Oregon going to clean energy. So I'm just under the new campaign ad tab here in Espresso. The tags I really think are just for your own purposes. So whatever you want to put here. I'm going to be going to an external website, so I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to click proceed. I'm going to be advertising to my Facebook page, Decentralize the Power. Whenever you have a Facebook ads account set up, you'll have your own page listed here. For headlines, I'm just going to go over to the article and grab this. I already know that, I would sit here and I wouldn't leave it in all caps. I would sit here and edit this and make it look a little prettier. Maybe all the first words in caps. But I'm not going to sit there and do that on this video. I'm just kind of showing you how this would work. And for instance, on this, I'm just going to grab this text right here. To be my ad text. Now you can play around with this, and what this does is if you look over here at these plus signs, I can add more headlines or more ad text. And then when it's running the ad, it's going to be running both of them, and it'll tell you which one's doing better. So then you can start pushing more money into whichever ad is performing better. You can also add, I just grabbed an image, and I'll show you how I grabbed it. But you can add multiple images so that it's it's rotating through all these, and it's picking the one that's performing the best. Now to get my images, I'm going to show you real quick. I jumped over to Google, did a search on images, and by default, this is not filtered by license. I selected labeled for reuse. That's to make sure that we don't get any copyright issues picking images that people have claims on. There's other ways to do that. There's a few other sites out there that you can either buy images from or get images without copyright licenses on them. Open source or Open Commons, Creative Commons license. I can't remember the exact term. But you want to make sure that you're getting an image that you're not going to get in trouble for. So like I said, you can put multiple images in here. Now here's another tool that I'm using to make this work. Now I could, right here, I could put my Powur link. I could put this link in here, right? So I could do this, and you can do this. Problem is, there's no tracking involved here. So when you do this, you can't really tell who's visiting the link, what kind of traffic. You're just kind of, you see people clicking on it, but you can't ever retarget them. So what I do is I use a site called ClickMagick, and I've got a domain name out there called planetimpact.club, and I created, and I can show y'all how to set this up in a separate video. Because when you default, like it's going to be theirs, and you can't use this on Facebook. So you have to create your own domain. And now what's happening is a couple things. I'm putting so this is my PowerPress link right here. I'm putting that in there. I'm also down here on Pixel Code. I'm using Google Tag Manager. You don't have to use that, but basically I'm putting my Facebook pixel right in there. So every time that somebody clicks on this link now, it's going to redirect and it's going to take them to the PowerPress article, but it's also going to kick off the Facebook pixel so that I can retarget that audience later. Now that's not going to matter much right at first because you're not going to have a lot of traffic, but down the line, once a lot of people start seeing these articles, you can specifically target the people that have seen these articles. And what that'll help, first, it'll drive down your advertising costs. Second, really it says, it's kind of common knowledge out there in marketing, advertising, everything else. It takes about 7 exposures before people take action. So now you can continually expose the people that have already seen your stuff for much cheaper, and that's going to pay off in the long run. So that's one of the main reasons I'm using that. So here, I'm going to go back and put my URL there. However, on the display link, I am still going to I'm just going to put powur.com, and I'll show you, you'll see that when I scroll down, because that's the site that they're going to end up on. So what that does is now in our preview, okay, it hasn't updated. I'm going to click refresh. It's showing powur.com down below. I don't even really need the HTTP. I don't like that. It didn't have it before. I'm going to do that. So what you can see, I'm going to scroll back up. You can see that's all capitalized. I can change some things. So what's happening is everything here in my ad text is showing up above my image. This is the headline is showing up directly below my image. This is the URL that it's going to go to when they click on the ad. This is the display link. It's basically just showing the website that they're going to end up on. And you can do link description. Like I said, you can add different variations to all this. Right now I only have one variation. I can have up to 50. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and continue. Now, if you look down here at the bottom, they've got track this campaign with Google Analytics, track with Facebook. We can't do, if you're using PowerPress articles, you cannot do any of that unless you're using ClickMagick or another site like that. So I'm not going to select that on here. Now, if you had your own blog, your own website that you owned, and you could put your own links, you could do this stuff. But this is the reason that I'm using ClickMagick. I'm not going to select it here because ClickMagick is the one it's where I put my pixel. So I'm just going to click proceed. Now here, you can start diving into the audience that you want to target. For instance, on location here, I'm going to put, for this particular ad, I'm going to try Oregon. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I'll do that. You can select demographics, age. This can go, from 25 to 65. I mean, what's your target market? You can see right now I'm targeting 2.5 million people. I can narrow this down a little bit. We're at 500,000 people. Now, if I start adding interest, it's going to bring it even lower, which is probably not good at this point. But I mean, if you wanted to make the age range bigger, possibly, and then put some stuff in here like, solar system, clean energy, renewable energy. Once you put one in, it starts giving you, so you can see I'm at 15,000 people, energy efficient use, 16,000 people, solar energy, up to 21,000 people that I'm targeting. So you can really dial in here. I'm not going to run this ad as is. I'm just kind of showing you some things that you can do. I'm going to click proceed. Maybe, did I click that? Okay, so here it pops up, and if you've got a wider audience, or you've got different things that you're testing, whatever, now you can even dial in. Right now this is just running one ad because I only have one picture, I have one headline, I have one text. So I could sit here, and so I selected four interests. I selected solar system, renewable energy, energy efficient use, and solar energy. Now if I selected this, it would create 4 separate ads for each of those audiences, and it would figure out which worked the best. Right now, since my target market is so small, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm just going to leave this at one ad for now. But you can see the power. You can select, I could run 5 different ads. If I click relationship status, this would run separately to single people, in a relationship, engaged. It says it right here on the right, married, and not specified. And I could see what this ad is resonating with maybe married people more. So then I just target married people. Like I said, right now I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and click proceed. Right here's where you set your budget, your start date, optimization. If you select automatic optimization, what that's going to do is if you have multiple headlines, multiple pictures, whatever, once one starts performing better than others, it's going to start sending more money to that one. You can also select time of day that you want say you just want your ad running, and if I'm in Oregon from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. I don't want the 3 a.m. people, whatever. I can do that. So I think at this point, if I click proceed, it would publish. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go fancy a few things up a little bit more. But I mean, that's the basic of it. That's what I'm doing right now to run the PowerPress articles. If you have any particular questions on how any of this is set up, you can shoot me an email at wacy.pruitt@gmail.com or reach out to me on Facebook and let me know how I can help. Thanks, guys.